What is up, trade fam? It is your boy. We're gonna get straight into this video. So as you guys can see, we took 4 wins and 2 losses on the day, giving us a 66.67% risk, win percentage. We were up 3% on the day, which is cool. And let's look at how many trades we took. So we took 6 trades. Over here, we were up 1.2 on early morning, and then I was really indecisive at this area. So after I took this L and was back to basically break even, I was willing to risk 1 more percent on the day, and then we took this break even, we took another break even, and then finally caught our trade for the day, which was cool. Again, being in profits on this combine. Let me show you the trade idea. So we had came into this low, and then I was looking for 120 pips to the upside. I saw a lot of potential with this trade idea. We were at a low, so it was a little bit against our trading idea. It usually doesn't follow into our trading plan, but I will talk about this shortly. So all we need to do now is hit another 4.5K day, and we pass this 150K combine. So it's very, we could definitely get it maybe tomorrow, but we're just going to take it very slow as we have lots of high impact news for tomorrow, which is this FOMC at 11. Okay, so let me refresh this real quick. Let's go back from here to Friday. All right, so again, we have 11 o'clock high impact news, FOMC tomorrow. Today we had some unemployment claims that are going to come out in around 2 hours. So we have some more time until this unemployment claims come out. But yeah, let's talk about this trade. So coming into the market, this was Monday's candle. So I was looking at Monday's previous day low and previous day high, and I marked those out. Now, what's the easiest draw on liquidity that we could take? Well, we could easily take out this previous week's low, as well as this sell side liquidity area that I was looking for price to target. And what had happened was we pushed down into these areas, taking out this liquidity. Again, if we were looking for shorts, then these would have been the optimal trade. These would be the optimal trades with the trend, with the current higher time frame trend idea. But as we can see, price had pushed down into these lows, pushed down into this sell side liquidity, and then gave us a strong move back to the upside. So let's talk about this a little bit further. Okay, so now being on this 1 hour, and then we have the 30-minute. What can we see? Well, we can see price was really selling off into this area. Again, we had this sell side all the way back over here. Sorry, I'm just trying to zoom out to where I could show you guys. So we had this sell side happening all the way back here. And what did price do? Well, we had tapped into the sell side, right? We sold off into the sell side. We delivered into the sell side, and that's what we expected for the day. But what had happened immediately after was that we started pushing out of this area. Okay, so let's reset this chart. And again, early morning, we came into this 1 hour bearish fair value gap right here, early London morning, and we had pushed lower, right? New York came back up into this area, retested it, and then continued lower, targeting these lows. So that would have been, an easy trade idea for the day. But again, I wasn't sure about where price could potentially reverse, and I had an idea that price would want to go higher on the day. So that's what I was looking for. I was looking for a big, strong reversal out of the sell side and potentially any of these lows. And then I finally saw this price area again. I want you guys to notice all the different confluences within this area. We had the sell side, we had a key level, and then we had downside. We were below this 24.5K. So for me, this was a very strong area to look for longs. And honestly, I think looking for longs for the rest of the week will be beneficial. But again, we trade based off of what price gives us, not our predictions or forecasts for price. So now we can go down to our lower time frames. Here we have the 15-minute, 5-minute, and then the 1-minute. So what are we seeing? Well, we can see that price. So over here, looking at the 5-minute, we can really identify order flow and price reactions. So we had this 5-minute bearish fair value gap being tapped into. And initially, I was looking for price to push lower off of this area into this liquidity zone. And this would have given me that 4.5K, that 3% profit on the day. But I was unsure on whether we would continue to this low and tap into this area. So I had exited the position at break even. And yeah, then price finally moved and it kept moving. But I marked up this 5-minute order block. So I was thinking, okay, price is probably going to test this area, push lower, and then come back up and then continue lower. What had happened, as you can see, was that we pushed down into this low, we swept or induced this price area, and then we reversed right back out of it, pushing higher. And so again, this was price taking out this sell side, tapping into this key level, these really strong lows over here, and I was just looking for price to then go higher. So let me mark up that area real quick, just to give us some higher time frame context, right? So again, it was this low over here, and this was just sell side. Man, this is like, I'm gonna have to speed this up or something, because what the hell? This is absolutely crazy. Yo, what the hell, man? I'm sorry, y'all. This is so crazy that I'm doing it like this, but whatever. Okay, so again, this was sell side liquidity, and then we can go back to the 15-minute now. And we had saw, okay, so price had pushed down into this low. And what did we start to see right out of this area? Well, we saw this 1-minute inversion. Price started to push really strong. So I was looking to capitalize. As soon as we came down into this 24.4, I was looking to capitalize and enter in this position because, again, we were at this low. I had an idea that price could potentially come down further if it really wanted to. But again, we were really pushing strongly to the downside. So for me, this gave me enough confluence once I started to see these candlesticks push higher to enter in this position. Once I started to see this 1-minute after we saw these wicks to the downside, I was looking at this 1-minute, seeing this potential inversion area. And then I was like, okay, I'm just going to watch this very closely because we should see price really start to push out of this area. And then 7 minutes later, we're hitting our TP. So again, we took out higher time frame sell side, and that really was our higher time frame confluence with this trade idea, as well as these key levels, right? This 5-minute inversion area where it really turned from an order block, right? Price started to short to a breaker block where price broke through it and it came back and then pushed higher. So again, very strong confluences. And then we hit this low. I do think that this could potentially be the low for the day, especially, or for the week, especially if we close above this previous high. Maybe though on Wednesday we start to push and liquidate this area, which would be just a previous day's low. So that would be this today's low, right? So we can just mark up this real quick and just do previous day low. And then we have potentially the high being over here. So we're just going to give price time and see what it does produce. Again, very strong, 4 hour here. So yeah, guys, we're just looking to take and capitalize. We entered in 2 lots. So and 2 lots is $40 per pip. So we're looking tomorrow to really capitalize again on 120 pips, and risking around 1% on the day. So yeah, again, we're taking this slow as hell, guys. Like one trade at a time. If a 1% risk per day, if we don't get the trade, and we have to make sure like the trade is, everything lines up. Like that's what we have to look for, is everything lining up, everything being in confluence with each other, and really taking the best type of trade that we can. So that's all I got for y'all. Again, glad we were profitable today, and yeah, peace.